What's up, everybody? This is Marcus, and this is Marcus Speaks. I would like to start off by saying this. Right now, I'm recording this episode on my phone. So, if you can barely hear me, or if you somehow or another, if the audio goes out or something, I'm sorry. This is my first time doing it on my phone. I usually do it with a microphone, and I use my computer and stuff like that. So I just want to get that out the way first by saying that. And secondly, I want to say I didn't do an episode last week, or I should say this is probably a week, if not 2 weeks after my last video that I've done. So I want to put that out in the air. I just need a little break from doing my podcast. It's I won't say it's stressful, it's just hard coming up with certain topics. I tend to try to do topics that either I've been through or I've helped somebody through. So I usually try to do topics on stuff that I know about. That's basically what I'm saying. So yeah. Again, I'm sorry if you can't hear me, and I'm sorry if some way or another you can't hear the podcast or something like that. But I'm trying this out for the first time. And with the whole me taking a hiatus for a week or two, it may be a week or 2 weeks that you're hearing this. So I usually do my videos in advance. I usually do the recording, and I do my editing, and then I post it on Saturdays. But you guys let me know, should I do my podcasts, or should my videos come out on Saturdays, or do you want a different day? Do you want it on like a Friday? Like I usually try to do it, like I usually try to do them around the weekend, because that's the only free time I have. I usually do the recording Thursday. I do the editing a little bit after and Friday, and then I look over it Friday night, and then I listen to it again on Saturdays before I send it off to YouTube. So you guys let me know if there's a different day that you guys would like me to do these on. Like, do you guys rather me set them out on a Friday or set them out on a Sunday? I usually try to do it when I think that people have free time. So basically, when I download them onto YouTube Saturday, I usually get up on there. Well, now since I've been downloading them earlier, or uploading the videos earlier, they usually land on YouTube sometime around between 3 to 6, if not 7 o'clock. So if you guys want them a little bit earlier, I'll send them out a little bit earlier or whatever. Because usually I think of it like this. Some people, work on Saturdays, so I try to look at it from people getting off from work, going to work, if not being at work, if they're allowed to listen to music. So basically, like, the basis is people leaving work listening to it, if not going home listening to it, or just laying back listening to it. People riding to work listening to it, and then putting it in their pocket, and then around lunchtime they listen to it some more. And then people who are at work, who either can listen to my podcast during their work schedule, just to have them pass an hour or whatever. First hour at work's usually the hardest hour to get through. So I try to cater to people like that. If not, people that's just laying back on a Saturday, just being lazy, not really doing anything, that just wants to, that's just on the internet just surfing or want to listen to something while they're doing something else, cleaning the house or whatever. I try to cater it to people like that. So if you guys, like I said, would like for me to upload them at an earlier time, if not an earlier date, if I do it Friday morning, if I upload it Friday morning, it probably won't come out until maybe 3-4 o'clock, maybe, because it's a long download time. So all right. So thank you for listening to that little rant or whatever about that. I just want to check all bases with my fan base. So let's get into this topic. So before I get into the topic, I'll start it off like this. So I've been having this conversation with this person I know for probably a good week, if not 2 weeks, maybe 2.5 weeks or whatever. There's something that she's been going through, and I try to help her through it. So it revolves around getting rejected. So today's title of my podcast is dealing with rejection from sorry, I messed the whole thing up, so let me do it again. Dealing with rejection for females from a male point of view or perspective. So as we know, rejection is something that we really can't get over. It's something that we feel is it's sort of kind of like being hurt in a way without being hit. So let's put it in perspective. Let's say you like somebody and you really want to, talk to this person or be their girlfriend or whatever, and you've taken up a lot of courage to talk to them, maybe like you guys have talked and you want something more, but that person maybe doesn't want more. Or to put it in the female's perspective, of which I got this topic from, she recently was talking to a guy and they were hitting it off fine. I'm guessing she didn't want a relationship, but she wanted the friendship of what they had to keep going. But she also it's kind of like a weird thing to talk about. I'm guessing he wanted a relationship, but she didn't. He wanted to put a title on something, and I want to get on that too before I end this. He wanted to put a title on something, but she didn't. So when it came to the whole thing of, them being together, he got a weird, I feel as though from a male's view, from how she was displaying her feelings, he got like he felt like he was being pushed off, or like what he wanted she didn't want. So he basically told her, and which I feel as though was very respectful, and I told her that she should respect the fact that he did this. So I'll get into it. He said that he wanted to pursue another female that he previously was with. So the rejection comes here. She still wanted to be whatever she wanted to be with him, but he felt as though that since he couldn't have what he wanted, but she in a way would get what she wanted, but he wouldn't have what he wanted, he had to leave. So the rejection comes here. She wanted everything in a relationship without the title. So I told her about my situation, and there's been two situations that I had recently within the past 2 years that this has came up, and dealing with people who have an outlook on titles not being important to a relationship. I feel as though, in my point of view, it takes away the benefit of being somebody. So let me say it like this: if the person that you didn't like, the person that you like doesn't want to put a title on what you guys have, then that means that other titles don't mean shit either. So, case in point, I was with a female, we was talking, and we got to the point where I asked, what are we? We've been dating for a while, we've been spending a lot of time together, sex was involved. We spend more than, enough time together. Like, it's not like we have a set schedule of how long we spend time with each other. It's just, we hang out and time passes. I stay over your house or whatever. We go on vacations and stuff like that. Like, what is it between us that we are? She came to me and said that, she likes how things are and she doesn't want to put a title on what we had. So I begin to say, well, if you don't, I don't understand, we've been hanging out for quite a while. There should be no reason why, we don't have a title on what we have. And her point was, when you put titles on something, it confuses things. And I'm like, well, what is there to be confused? The confusion comes to me is that I'm asking you, what are we? And you're basically telling me that we're nothing. Okay, so I understand that, we spend so much time together. We have to be friends in some sort of way or whatever. So how's it that, we've been doing this, that, and the third, but we're, mysteriously not to the point to where we have a title on what we have. So she goes on to say that she feels as though that if we put a title on anything that we have, it'll confuse things and it'll make things different, and she has a certain standard and whatever of what she wants in a relationship. Okay, I get that, fine. So the only thing I had to say after that was, well, what we have to do when we get the time, we have to sit down and talk about and go over everything that we are. So I'm not confused, you're not confused, and whatever. So over time, of time being spent together, I started accepting the fact that I wouldn't be able to, this is why I had that talk with her, because my whole thing was, when we're around people I know, or you're around people you know, and we're introducing each other, what is it that I call you? Do I just say, hey, this is so and so? Hey, this is my friend so and so? Like, what do I say? Like, that's where I'm getting the confusion. So as time went on, I didn't call her my girlfriend or whatever, so she started feeling some type of way. I wasn't even really calling her my friend, or my lady friend or something like that. She was her name, and that's it. Hey, whoever, this is so and so. So she started getting pissed, and she started lashing out to the fact that every time we're around people, you're not saying to them who I am to you. So I basically had to go to her and say, well, I had this conversation with you 3 months ago. You told me you didn't want a title on what we was, so I left it at that. So now you're coming back to me telling me that you want a title now mysteriously. This is why I wanted to have that conversation with you, and we didn't get anywhere with it. It was just you don't want a title on things. So right now I need to know what we are, because I'm not about to play this back and forth game with you. So please tell me what the fuck we are. So that's when she was like, well, I'm your girlfriend, and that's what you tell people I am. So I was like, all right, cool. See, that's where I wanted to be at. That's what I wanted you to say. I didn't want anything else other than you telling me, hey, I'm your girlfriend, I'm your boyfriend, whatever. Because not only, me, like, it was more time than that. Like, it took us damn near April to November is what, like 6 months? April, June, July, August, September, October, November. So yeah, 6 months. Took us 6 months to the fact to be boyfriend and girlfriend, because we were talking from April of 2000 something. So from that to to that November, it was you're my boyfriend now. Like I don't want you to be with nobody else but me. All right, fine. That's all I needed. So the second situation was, and the second situation is very short. It's kind of the same situation, but it both coincides with each other because of the shit that I said. So her whole perspective was, I don't want a title on anything because it confuses things. Whatever. Her shit was more elusive. It was more like, because when you put titles on stuff, it makes things confusing, and titles are shackles, and you can't transcend from them and all this other bullshit. And I'm like, yo, you sound real crazy. I said, so let me tell it to you like this. I said, you're a mother, right? She said, yeah, I'm a mom. I said, you got 3 kids and shit. She was like, yeah. I was like, but you don't like titles. So how's it that you want to be called a mother, but you don't like titles? I said, what you should be referred as, which is really not a title, you're just a female that has children. I said, that's what you should be known as. And some people may say, well, that's not the same thing, because yes, she is a mother, she has children. I said, but in that perspective, she doesn't like titles. A mother is a title. If you are a supervisor at your job, that's your title. But if you don't like titles, you're just somebody that oversees operations at your job. So that's when shit gets confusing with that. And I'm pretty sure I'll make another video about that, but I just wanted to delve into the confusion of which people go through when you get rejected and you say certain things, because I'm a type of person that likes to challenge people on their beliefs in any way, shape, or form. If you tell me something that doesn't sound right to me, but you feel as though that you feel strongly about that, and I know that you don't have the proper tooling to back your claims up, I'm gonna challenge you on it. So what else do we do in a relationship other than love each other? Whatever, we're supposed to challenge each other also. That's what we're supposed to do in a relationship, because you want the best out of your partner at any given time. Because basically, if you're in a boat and the boat starts to sink, you don't want a motherfucker to start clamming and freaking the fuck out. You want them to take action, basically. You don't want any more water to get in that boat. You want them to find a solution to fucking get that water the fuck out that damn boat, so the boat can come back afloat. So to get into it, my question to the people are, and mainly to females, is why can't you handle being rejected? Why can't you handle it? And I feel as though you can't handle this because you haven't dealt with being rejected ever before, like at all. Like I feel as though since 13, when you've gotten to womanhood, and know, went through the puberty and you started getting into boys and stuff like that, you know, your mom, you always been around your mom, and she would teach you. I have two sisters that I live with, but I have three sisters altogether. I just remember my mom letting my sisters know, don't, let a man talk to you like this. Don't let a man touch you like that or whatever, blah, 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 blah. It all comes from when you're between the ages of 13 on up. Women in these, basically their prime years, or I would say, when they fully get a sense of what they like and what they don't like, they start rejecting certain things. So like, if girls like guys that are handsome. So if an ugly guy tries to talk to them, they reject them. Or if it's a nice looking guy with a bad personality, they reject them. Any way, shape, or form, females have the upper hand on being the rejector. Men on the opposite side, we usually are the rejectees. So men, in a sense, we can deal with rejection more because, as you know, if you ever rejected a guy, I'm pretty sure you heard these words before. Fuck you, bitch. Like, every time it happens. I've even done it before when I've been rejected. Fuck you, bitch. It's always been fuck you, bitch, or funky ass bitch, or whatever. You ain't cute no way. You know what I mean? It's always these type of sayings after being rejected with men. With women, I feel as though that when you get rejected, you're not built for it because it's not in your DNA to have the feeling of being rejected. Why do I say that? I say that because being rejected, it's emotional. Like, it like alters your brain in a way. Like, when a man gets rejected, I feel like certain things happen. So I feel as though when we get rejected, one thing goes through our mind is, damn, like, how don't she not like me or want to be with me or whatever, want to talk to me? It's basically the what the fuck moment. Secondly, it's, well, I can find better anyway, like, she ain't all that. And then thirdly, it's like, damn, like, I tried to talk to this girl and she didn't want to talk to me. That's crazy. Like, it's like a whole bunch of shit going through your head at once. And I feel like for women, being the emotional creatures that you are, I feel as though that you can't handle it as well as men can. And why do I say this? Well, we all know that women have a brain that no other type of person or human being really. It's only men and women, but men don't have a multi-task like brain. It's straightforward. So, and I feel as though with that multi-track brain you guys have, it has emotions built into it. So I feel as though with that, is you guys can't handle it. It's very emotional to you guys to be rejected. And also I feel as though that it can be detrimental to your physical. Why do I say that? I say that because when you and I would say that for men, when you get rejected, it's like a hit to the gut and it gets you down. So, like, you're emotionally thinking about it. You're thinking about it, mentally. So it starts to show in your body, like, fatigue. Not really fatigue, but like let's say, you was walking in a room or whatever, and you got good posture or whatever, straight up and down. I feel like being rejected, it slouches you a little bit. It makes you loafy and whatever. So I feel as though that it's a physical detriment as much as a mental measurement. I mean, detriment. And yeah, like you can't really dwell on that type of stuff, because if you think about it, men can bounce back off of shit like that. If this girl don't want him, he can possibly find another girl that will. So, it's not really a detriment there to where he's thinking about, damn, why don't you want me? Unless he's like a weak-minded guy and, he goes off of the deep end of some type of way, and he's thinking about it too much. So, number one, I would say, you're not held responsible for this guy not liking you or wanting to be with you, and neither is he responsible for not wanting you or not liking you. Maybe you're not his type. Maybe you don't fit some type of type that he likes, or maybe you're not the right body shape, the right shade of color. Maybe you don't have the hair he likes or whatever. Like, it's many factors in a way of getting rejected or whatever. Same way, for guys, for women to guys. Maybe like he's not your type. Maybe he's not the right shape. Maybe he's not the right height. Something along those lines. That could be the reason why you reject him or whatever. So you can't be held responsible. You can't dwell on why doesn't he like me? Like is it my hair? Is it you can't think of it like that. People have their I would say their types or whatever. People have the types of people that they want to be with. They have a cookie cutter type of mentality of the people that they want to be with, in a way. Rejection is only from one who doesn't like you. Like I said, it's that, like, so if someone doesn't like you, if someone doesn't physically find you attractive, if someone doesn't mentally find you attractive, somebody doesn't overall feel as though that you're attractive to him, he won't give you the time of the day, and vice versa. Females don't give men the time of the day off of certain things, like, usually I feel like when females get with guys, they do their homework, and it's a lot of avenues that you can use now to get your homework on somebody. There's social media, you can do background checks, you can what else can you do? You can ask people that may know him, like what type of person he is and stuff like that. Like, as many avenues of doing your homework on somebody or whatever. So, that could be, a way of rejection. Like, maybe he knows about you in some sort of way, and he heard something about you that he didn't like. So maybe when you try to talk to him, he doesn't want any type of, dealings with you in a way, because he feels as though that, you're not the person for him or something like that. Like, it's, it could be that. But I would say respect the decision from the rejecter. Why do I say that? You respect his decision is because now you have a piece of something that you can learn from. You've been rejected. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. This is what you do. Learn from your experience from being rejected. Why do I say that? You learn from it is because when you get to that point in time again, you'll know how to deal with it. Now, since you'll have that sense of, oh, I've been rejected before, I know how to deal with this. Then you deal with it in a way that now, when you're rejected, you can bounce back from it like nothing happened. And let me take the time out to say this. So I was trying to give the female that I've been conversing with about her rejection that she's just now facing at her age. She's still young, but she's never been rejected before. This is what I told her. I said, in order for you to boost your confidence again, number one, you gotta take that out of your mind of you being rejected. Number one, and keep dwelling on it. You'll never get over it. So number two, I said, the best way to get over somebody is to find somebody else. I said, that's what guys do all the time. Now, I'm not telling you, like, sleep with somebody or be a whore. Like, nah. All I'm saying is that go places. Like, if you with your girlfriends or something like that, and, let's say you go out for drinks. You're having a girls' night out. Let's say, a guy sees you from across the room. He tries to grab your attention from across the room, and then, usually with body language and stuff like that, guys get the okay to come over sometimes. Depending on, how we think. If we're looking at a female and guys are giving us the eye and whatever, giving us good body language, that gives us the okay to come over. So I told her, like, just go places so you can get your mind off of it. Like, go to a park or whatever. I said, don't dress like real scandalous. I said, just like put on like some workout gear or something like that and go for a walk. Like if you got a dog, take your dog out for a walk at the park. It's plenty of people there. Plenty of guys there that may have dogs or whatever, and maybe he's really into dogs, so he sees your dog. Usually when dogs see each other, they sniff each other and stuff like that. So, that could be a good icebreaker. Either you could make the first move by, talking to him, or let him make the first move by talking to you. Like, it could, you can do anything to grab somebody's attention. I was like, not only that, not just at a park, but like go to the mall, go shopping, get your mind off of it. You might find a guy in the mall that's looking at you and may want to talk to you. I said, but if it's any way, shape, or form disrespectful, don't do it. But if he's giving you good body language, he doesn't seem like a creep or whatever, let him talk to you. I was like, it's just getting those types of feedbacks that you're still beautiful, you still can attract people. Being rejected isn't the end of the world. Like those are the types of things that you want positive reinforcement, so you can keep going. Like, I was like, you may not know these motherfuckers from Adam, but maybe, they might spark your attention and you may want to date these guys. I was like, don't just dwell on one situation where you totally was into liking somebody and then they dumped you. Like, it's not the end of the world. Find the strength in being rejected, I would say. Learn from it. You might say, well, Marcus, what's the strengths of being rejected? Like, I just got basically my ass handed to me through words. Well, learn from it. Like, if you wasn't something that somebody wanted, or no, I don't want to say that. If you wasn't something that person wanted, then maybe you'll be something that somebody else wants. That's like, learn from it. Find the strength in it. Get out of it. Don't think about it so hard. And then, that's your time to be you. Find you. You know what I mean? Like, find what you like, who you are. Like, it's not what people think about you, or you being rejected because of somebody didn't like you that you liked a lot. It's about finding the strength out of getting out of the feeling of being rejected. So, when you are in the regretter seat, remember when you were in the regrettees seat. I mean, not regrettees, rejectors. Sorry. I think I said that wrong. I'll say it again. When you are in the rejectors seat, remember when you was in the rejectees seat. So, what do I mean by that? So, remember all the times when you were rejecting people and everything, and you made somebody feel the way that you're feeling, maybe, depending on the type of person you were dealing with, or the type of person that came up to you, tried to talk to you. Look at that as how they walked away, how they, if you cared enough, or inkling enough to care how they were feeling, take that and then use it on you. So now you're in the seat of the rejectee. Now you was in the rejector seat. You never been on the side of the rejectee seat. So let's look at it like driving a car. You've always driven a car. You've never ever been in the passenger seat a day in your life. Nobody you ever known ever had a car. So now you find the need of wanting to drive. You're always in the driver's seat. So when you meet somebody that puts you in the passenger side, the passenger seat, it feels weird at that point. You're like, damn, like, it feels weird being over in this passenger seat. I don't like this shit. Look at it like that. You was always on the driving end of the car. But now that you're in the passenger side of the car, you don't know how to deal. You want to be in control of everything. Don't try to be in control of everything. Just try to figure out, well, I was in the driver's seat. I know what the fuck to do on that part of the spectrum. Let me learn from being in this passenger side of the spectrum. That's how you try to deal with it. So, I want to let you know, and I'll end it here. Every female in their lifetime will get rejected. You're not the only one. You're not alone. You will be rejected some way or another in your lifetime. And I don't want you to feel like you're being picked on, or you don't feel adequate of not being this person that you put yourself out to be. It's not that. Certain things happen for a reason. So let's say, like I said, you was always in control, and then you're not in control of a situation. Then you feel some type of way. Just take that as a grain of salt. Keep it pushing. All right. So that's the end of this podcast. As always, like, comment, subscribe, and share with everybody you know. Follow my social medias, and I have gotten them wrong the past couple times. I've said my social medias. With my Instagram, it is Marcus, all lowercase, __ speaks, all lowercase, not speak. I kept saying that it was speak. It speaks. Marcus __ speaks. I think everything's lowercase. You can find me. If you don't, just look for my picture. It has a grand white photo with my black and yellow logo on it, so you'll be able to find it. With Marcus Speaks on it. Facebook is Marcus Speaks, so follow that. like I said, I still am thinking about making a Twitter and Snapchat, but I'm not sure yet. But yeah, please follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Please follow me on Facebook. And that's it. That's all I have to say for this. Till the next time, peace and thank you for listening.